I'm sure we've all seen those like leg day videos where it's like, you won't be able to walk the next day. What good is that?
Bing bong.
We are talking fitness myths. Myths within the fitness industry. Been a part of the fitness industry for a long time as a trainer, going on about 10 years now. And I've heard it all. I've heard a lot of people who have heard a lot of different ideas from everybody out there on the internet who is an expert. And while I do not claim to be an expert, do have a lot of experience in this area, and hopefully over the course of this video I can help dispel some of the myths that you may have heard or some of the things that you're not quite sure whether or not how important they might be. First fitness myth slash, I don't know, marketing scheme that I kind of wanted to get into was the more expensive the gym, meaning that you'll get a better workout or it's a, a better use of your money. I don't believe in any of that. I have been a member of Blink, which is like $30 a month. I've been a member for like 10, 12 years. It's fine. A lot of these gyms, I know Planet Fitness got a lot of flack back in the day, and Blink and any of these places that were super cheap, and cheap equaling bad. No, not the case. I'm a believer that realistically you shouldn't really need more than a pair of dumbbells to get an effective workout in. And while that's not to say that having more amenities or machines or more equipment in the gym is not something that it's really beneficial for sure, but it's not the be all end all. I mean, I live in New York City and I have seen gym prices go upwards of $300 a month. And even though I work out like almost every single day, I cannot, and I don't know if I would ever be able to justify that sort of price. And from clients of mine that I've had in the past, they have, been members of Equinox or, other very expensive gyms. They tell me like, oh yeah, I got the membership, and then I just never go. I'm saying like, yeah, well, because paying a lot of money for the gym membership doesn't guarantee anything. The same way it doesn't guarantee you'll get better results, it also doesn't matter that you'll even show up to the gym at all. When I was really new to working out, I did not bother to look too much into like what types of gyms and prices were out there. Now, granted, I would not have been able to afford a really expensive monthly gym membership, but I will say there are a lot of good bang for your buck options out there, and I've made literally all of my progress in fitness over the years just at Blink. And while they do have a pretty good selection of stuff, look, they don't have the same amenities and equipment that some of these other more expensive places would have and that you'd have access to. And I just want to let you guys know, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can get a good workout in at some of these cheaper gyms. You can get a good workout in at home. I mean, I started with home workouts, a couple of dumbbells in my living room. So it doesn't need to be anything overly expensive in order for you to feel like you're getting the most out of your commitment to fitness. Do not confuse the price of some of these gyms with the quality of workout or frequency that you'll be able to go, because from my experience and experiences I've heard from a lot of people that I've worked with, doesn't always correlate. Another myth that has been out there for a very long time, and I still get it today with a lot of the people I train, is sore muscles equal good workout. Not true. Not the case. Never been the case. In fact, realistically, you don't ever want to be sore. Certainly not that debilitating level of muscle soreness after a workout where you trained for an hour and a half, whatever, and you can't get out of bed the next day. I'm sure we've all seen those like leg day videos where it's like, you won't be able to walk the next day. What good is that? That's useless. The whole point of exercise is to do it consistently. And if you're going balls to the wall in the gym hard enough to the point where you are broken the next day, you are so sore that the idea of any sort of movement is just not in the cards, you did too much. You can get an incredibly effective workout without ending up on the floor, unable to move afterwards or the next day or whatever it might be. Honestly, I don't know where this comes from. I think that maybe a lot of it is just counterintuitive, right? It seems natural that you had a good workout, you should be sore. You worked your muscles a lot, so they should be tired after you worked them. Realistically, no. If you're drinking enough water, if you're getting enough protein, you're eating enough food, your muscles are recovering, and they shouldn't be that sore the next day so that you can train again. Not to say you should be training the same body part at the same areas again, right? But you don't want it to be to the point that you can't get out of bed, because then you've just gone and done too much. And for that matter, if you're not sore, that doesn't mean that you didn't have a great workout. I love and prefer to not be sore the next day or after my workouts, because it means that I can go back to the gym the next day and hit it again and really get after it. And I don't want to feel like I can't move, because that doesn't seem to be fun for anybody. Last thing I wanted to talk about today, and I know that I was a real believer in this for a very long time, and I had to read through a lot of research before I finally felt like, okay, maybe I'm the one that's wrong, is the anabolic window. This idea that you have to get your protein in 30 minutes after you work out or sooner. And if you're outside of that window, you wasted it. Not the case. Everybody relax. That is not the case. And look, I used to be very like gym bro centric, bro science. You don't need to be on a timer right after the workout. Ideally, you are having your protein relatively soon, but for the most part, for me, that's just so that I don't forget, right? Because everybody's got busy lives these days and people have a lot going on. I have a protein shake after I work out because if I didn't, I would probably go through the rest of the day and just not remember to do it at all. If you're not somebody like that and you'll see another window during the day to get your protein in, whether it's a protein shake or a bar, even though they're disgusting, or just good old-fashioned regular food, if you can imagine that, totally fine. It does not need to happen within any sort of incredibly small window, time frame, post-workout. A lot of the research out there shows that that is not actually the case. I don't really know where it came from other than just like classic gym bro science stuff, but it's not true. And I know that there are a lot of very impressionable like early younger lifters, and I was definitely one of them, and I definitely believed in a lot of this stuff. And again, it's not a bad thing if you do get your protein in like right after you work out. That's awesome, but the point is to just get it in at all. And in fact, a lot of the research out there says that it's far more important to, if you're going to time a protein shake with any part of your day, have it before you go to bed, just so the protein can digest a lot longer in your muscles over the course of the night. I remember this idea when I was younger that I was like panicking if I didn't have the shake right after, and I'd bring it with me to the gym, or I'd buy one at the gym after I worked out and, you know, spend like $5-6 on those. It's not one of those things that you have to worry about. I know that I worried about it for a very long time, and hopefully if I can just dispel some of these myths for even one person watching to just like not stress this stuff as much as I might have stressed it, because I wish that someone had told me these things when I was younger and less experienced. If this video helps at all, then I feel like I've done my job. That's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers. It's been really cool to see how positive and supportive you guys are in these videos, and I will do my best to keep them coming for you. Hopefully one video a week. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.